Hello and welcome to Wyong Oval for the open grade clash between the Kincumber Colts and the Wyong Roos. Paul Arundel in commentary here, flying solo for this one this afternoon. Or I should say this morning, it's still 11:30 local time here on the coast. Beautiful conditions here in Wyong today. Nice and warm out there in the centre for the referees. And we'll quickly go through the referees while they're out there on the field. The main referee is Jack Greentree. The touchies Pat Webb and Flynn Cernoy. And the in-goal touchies are Callan Richardson and Bryce Burton. And we're only moments away from kick-off. See the Wyong Roos boys just walking back to the sheds. So the Colts just done so. And congratulations to the Wyong Roos Ladies League tag, picking up the premiership, defeating the Entrance Tigers in an entertaining game, 10 points to 4. For a moment there, we thought it was going to go to golden point, but in the end, the Roos got a late try to seal the victory. So congratulations to the Wyong Roos. They're 1 up this afternoon. Can they make it 2 from 2? When they take on the Kincumber Colts in open grade very shortly. We'll go through the team lineups for you. I'll go through the Kincumber Colts first up. At fullback is Jake Hubbard. The wingers are Bruce Terrari and Luke Heather. In the centres we have Jared Flack and Blake Cummins. The halves are Braden Kane and Ben Murray. And in the forwards you have Simon Nispala, Josh Cummings, Anthony Barbaro, Trent Grace, Orisi Revenue and Jake Conjute. That is the Kincumber Colts starting lineup. On the bench you have Aaron Sykes, the captain, Jake Monk, Tom Lovitz, Adam Cook, Mitch Schultz and Blair Dixon. Also Jake Sparsis is also in jersey 19. That is the Kincumber Colts for the open grade clash. For the Wyong Roos you have Kane Ralph, Bryce Bergen, Nathan Doney. In the centres is Jesse Stevens and Jeremy Tunks. The halves are Joseph Marshall and Bradley Falzon. In the forwards is Gary Field, the captain, and Jack Marshall. The hooker is Sam Gross. In the back row we have Carl Pearson, Kai Worrell and Zach Ryan. On the bench is Michael Smith, Matthew Palhilla, Jake Fuller, Cairo Hallett, Lachlan Garland, Trent Sutherland and Ben Morsillo. The coach is Michael Stewart. So the referees are out there. Also on the other side, they've kind of interesting. They've put all the officials on the other side of the ground here at Wyong Oval. And the players are about to enter the field, and first up will be the Kincumber Colts. Led out by their skipper, Aaron Sykes. Big test for the Colts. They won the prelim last week, defeating St Edwards. And here today to challenge the Roos, who are the minor premiers in open grade. 18-10, the Kincumber Colts. They defeated the St Edwards Bears last week at Berkeley Vale Oval. So they'll be hoping to keep that run and win the big one here in open grade. And out come the Roos. Led out by their skipper, Gary Field. Good support of Roos. They've made the trek down. They're in 3 grades today. Missing out in the reserve grade, but they're here in fine form. Players just getting acquainted with each other. I'm sure they've bumped into each other plenty of times throughout the season. Doing the coin toss. So So the Colts will run right to left. No, one player's gone one way and the rest of the team's gone the other way. So maybe he didn't get the memo. So the Colts will receive. And they'll run left to right on your screen. So only moments away from kickoff here in the Open Grade Grand Final, the Central Coast Rugby League. Jeremy Tunks will start proceedings here this afternoon. And underway in the Open Grade Grand Final, the Central Coast Rugby League. It's a high, deep kick-off, and Anthony Barbaro will take the first hit up. He gets up to the 20, so a good start for the Colts. See what they got here. Nipsala taking the second hit up. With a slow play of the ball. They go out to the left-hand side. Revenue will play this just short of the 40. Come out to the right. They'll kick early. And it's been charged down. Will Tunks get to it? No, he can't. And Kincumber will have a full set of 6. So a little let off there. Flack will play it. And the fullback, Jake Hubbard, the bright orange boots. Looks like he's got a new hairstyle for the grand final. Look out for him this afternoon. I should say this morning. It's not quite midday yet. So the Colts inside the Roos territory, just up to the 40. They come down this right-hand side. Inside ball here. Trent Grace with the headgear. Josh Cummins in a dummy half. They go through the hands here. The numbers out wide. They decided to put it on the toe. He could have let the ball go through the hands there. They had a bit of an overlap, but Bryce Bergen just runs into some red brick wall, led by the halfback, Ben Murray. So now the Roos, their first turn with the football this afternoon. Here's Tunks. Looks like he could easily slot into the forwards, but in the centres today. Marshall will play it. They go down the short side. Field, the captain, is brought down just over 40. Looks like there's a player injured. They get the kick away. It's a bit of a, not a real deep kick, and it's an easy one for Terare. Terare still going. He's wrestling strong and gets up to the 40. Keep an eye on that injured Colts player. He's moving back into the line, so hopefully he's okay. The Colts again with the football. Jared Flack takes the ball inside the Roos territory. They go out to the left-hand side now. Murray throws one out wide here. Just the back rower in Revenue. Play 39 out from the Roos try line. The Colts again with a little kick over the top from Kane. He looks to regather, but he can't. The great effort there from Jesse Stevens. Charging on the football there. Looks like Stevens has moved into the fullback role here. As that also is Ben Morcillo in jersey 21 on the field. So looks like the Roos have brought a few interchanges on already. Zach Ryan brought down just short of halfway. Centre field. A little dart from dummy half. He saw a bit of space, Sam Gross, but the door shut quickly. Last tackle down for the Roos. Goes back to Tunks. Again, didn't quite strike that kick well. And Hubbard's there to field it. Try and get away from the tackle of Falzon. The Colts will bring this out of their own territory with Bruce Terare. Another run. It is quite warm out there in the centre. These players, I'll feel it towards back into both halves. It's Jared Flack. That's another carry. He's been busy early. Quick play the ball. Goes back to Murray for the kick. He's inside the 40. It's gone over the head of Stevens. He's going to have to hurry here. He does well, just picks it up in the nick of time. So Stevens will come centre field. He can't get away from the tackle of Revenue. So Murray will kick the ball. He's down there chasing. That's good work. And Bergen. Look out for Bryce Bergen. 17 tries this year in open grade for the Wyong Roos. There's another good carry here. Looks like Carl Pearson on that far side plays it. Another good quick play the ball. Jack Marshall now with a good carry. So the Roos, a couple of tackles. They're already inside the Colts territory here. And they got up their sleeve. Joseph Marshall will play this. 35 out. They come down this left-hand corridor. Good hit. Fouls him with the kick. Tarare's back there. So is Hubbard. Hubbard gets a nice bounce, but he's wrapped up there by Tunks. Also helping out in that tackle was Kai Worrell. Fouls him. Making the tackle again. And Jack Ryan. Here comes Flack again. Seems to take the third hit up of every set so far for the Colts. Good run there, but the penalty. The first penalty of the afternoon. Correction, first penalty of the morning. I'll get it right one day. Not used to calling these early games. So the first penalty for the Colts, and they'll kick to the far side of the ground. It's not a bad touch finder too, though. Just about 4 metres short of halfway. And Cummins with a restart. First up carry there for Cummins. He had Adam Cook alongside him. Cook will probably take a hit up now. He does. And he stopped in his tracks. Now 31 out from the Roos try line. They're set deep to this right-hand side. They'll decide to go for a little run for dummy half or Josh Cummings. Interesting in the Colts, there's a Cummins and a Cummings. There's Kincumber side today. So it goes to Murray, going through the hands quite quickly. Grace is with it. Grace backing into the defence and getting up to the 20. Hubbard waits for it at dummy half. What have the Colts got? Nice flat ball here to Cook. Last tackle now for Kincumber. Go to the left-hand side. Kane's with it. He puts it. It's not a bad little kick into the goal. But looks like Stevens is back there. He's going to get out. The defence is coming. Tarare's out. Brilliant work. The Roos get out of trouble. Nathan Doney with it. I think that was Jesse Stevens who made the run. And now they get a penalty here to Roos. Just holding him for too long. And now there's a bit of biff. Flack's involved. Also Doney, the tackle player. And now the troops arrive. The referee and the touchy just break things up, and they've called time off. Good little run from Jesse Stevens to get out of trouble. I believe it was the number 3. A bit of feeling in this grand final. The referee just separated both sides, and see if he calls anyone out here. Touchy's out.
Penalty's still going to be happy. Righto. Stand, please. Righto, the penalty's going to stand with you guys for the flop. However, we don't need pushing. That's what's instigated all that. Whatever, either way, the penalty's for you. We don't need anything else. Thank you. Number 3, please.
Jared Flack, number 3, the man called out.
Righto, so the penalty's going to Wyong for the original flop by your number 10. Yep, we've had this bloke getting up pushing and pushing tonight. Same morning going either boat here. We don't need it in the game.
So the penalty will go the Wyong Roos way. And just boots that into the crowd, so we'll get underway very shortly. Zach Ryan will take the first carry and strong contact there. Jake Monk on Ryan. And well, there's a player down also here for the Colts. Could be Sparsus in a bit of trouble there in jersey 19. We'll come back to that. We're still with the action as Tunks is brought to ground. 5 short of halfway. Sparsus is back on his feet, so that's good news. The Colts are back to 13. Just saw it limping a bit after that contact. But it's the Wyong Roos inside the Colts territory. They go to the right-hand side. Almost through there. Good tackle there from Revenue over the top. Go down the short side again with Marshall. It's Joseph Marshall, quick hands down here. Now the kick in field from Bergen. There's runners coming through. Ryan was underneath it. Looks like back row in Revenue is there to clean up. So the Wyong Roos, they looking dangerous with the football in hand. Almost going the length of the field for a full set of 6. So the Colts just taking their time here. It is quite warm out there in the centre, so every opportunity I'll have a break as Sparsus is leaving the field as well. So his grand final may be over in a matter of minutes. Revenue. Or is he Revenue, the back rower? He'll play this just over the 20. Murray. Bit of an awkward ball there to Cook, but he did well. And Bradley Kane is brought down 35 out from his own try line. So they come out to this side again through Flack. Ryan greets him. Ryan wraps him up. Had to reach for that, Kane. Gets the kick away. Looking straight into the sun with Stephen. Jesse Stephen bring this back. He's met by a wall of red jerseys again. Leading the charge was Bradley Kane, the kicker. Bryce Bergen. It's a crossfield. Good tackle down low from Luke Heather on that far side. Another quick play of the ball there. Making really good meters as they're up to the 30 after 2 tackles. And 10 minutes gone in this grand final. Carl Pearson with a good carry up to halfway. Last one now for the Roos. Get down the short side, kick away from Gross. It's going to be very close to the sideline. Luke Heather picks it up. Comes in centre field, gets away from one but can't get away from the tackle of Gross. They'll play this centre field, 15 out from their own line as Hubbard goes for a little run. Bumped away from field, but brought down by Ryan, also Pearson. There's the big 20, Adam Cook. Come down this right-hand side. The Colts in strong contact. Got the ball away somehow. Good shot there from Jack Ryan. Right into the rib cage. Also Sam Gross. Goes back to Murray with a kick. This could be out on the full. He's just going to pull up. Actually pulled up quite quickly. Jesse Stephen now had to dance around the ball before picking it up. Nathan Doney will take the tackle. 22 out from their own line, the Roos. Morcillo. Good tackle that from Luke Heather. They go down the short corridor. Cairo Hallett. 3 Colts all over him. He's still going. It's a good run from Hallett. Colts again through field. Should say the Roos. Gross waits for it, dummy half, and Jack Ryan again. A good strong carry, bumps away from one, but eventually he's brought down 32 from the line. Quick play the ball. Marshall still going. He needs support, and a one-on-one strip there from Jake Conduit. The referee, interesting to see what he's called there. He's called a knock-on against the Colts. Good run from Joseph Marshall. Here it is. Just needed support. Thousand was a little bit too far away, and then even better effort from Jake Conduit, but unfortunately going against the lock forward. So the scrum will pack 15 out from the Kincumber try line. Joseph Marshall will feed the scrum. They're set deep to this left-hand side. Goes to Bergen. Bergen takes it up to the 10. Go back in centre field. Here's a good carry here by Garland. Garland's over. Lachlan Garland gets the first try of the grand final for the Wyong Roos. He's pretty much just walked out on the field, and that's his first touch, and gets a try in the grand final. He's just charging on, and there's plenty of Colts there, but just couldn't bring the big fella to ground. So Jeremy Tunks will have this shot at goal. Jeremy Tunks was the second after the regular season with points scored. 6 goals and 6 tries, I should say, and 39 goals, 102 points. So picked up a few more during the final series. And looks to add an extra 2 here in the grand final of open grade. Could pretty much kick it barefoot, you would think, right in front. Strikes it nicely, puts it in the car park. So it's 6-0. The Wyong Roos lead the Kincumber Colts here in the Central Coast Rugby League Open Grade Grand Final. Kincumber Colts, their home base is not too far away here from Wyong. Much the other side of Brisbane waters. Plenty of red supporter shirts in the crowd for the Colts. There's another deep kickoff. Bring it back here. Quite pick up that jersey there. Looks like it's 15. It's Pahila, Matthew Pahila. 1,000 across field, and he's grabbed here, and we've got a penalty. Second of the afternoon for the Wyong Roos. In fact, it was Ben Orsillo, the ball carrier. So another opportunity here for the Roos to go on the attack. So for a moment there, I thought that wasn't going to find touch, but it's nearly taken out the camera crew. So we're back underway. Kai Worrell, the first carry from this set of 6. They come down the short side, Tunks, and straight into Grace. And he's dropped down 35 out from the line as I get my words muddled up again. Marshall does the dummy this time, and he's brought down Jake Monk. Another quick play of the ball. They go down the short side through 1,000. Now we've got a bloke, he's through, and good tackle down low from Monk. Had to be made. They're inside the 20 of the Roos, looking for their second. Marshall had to reach for that. He did really well. Jake Fuller's brought down on the 10. Last tackle for the Roos. Set deep to this left-hand side. They come this way. 1,000 puts it on the toe. The chasers are coming through, but Hubbard's there. Can he get out? Hubbard's still going. Well, now we've got a penalty for obstruction. Hubbard went one way and just went back the other way. Unfortunately, there's an obstruction. Interesting. I know you can throw the ball forward in the goal, but Still running behind the players in the goal. So. Anyway, the Roos are on the attack again here. Garland looking for his second hitter. That could be a stat. Roos waits for it at dummy half. He runs across field. Ryan's been collared high. The referee says play on. So still on the attack, the Roos. Marshall's with it. Goes out here. Stephen Fraser, lovely ball out here to Bergen. And Bergen's wrapped up. 5 short of the try line. 2 in from touch. Stephen had to reach for that again. 17 on the field. Cairo Hallett brought down almost centre field. 12 out from the try line. They come to the left-hand side again. Garland charges at them again, but Cook is there to greet him. And he's a metre from the line. Last tackle for the Roos. They come to this left-hand side again. Fouls, he thought about passing, but just going to be wrapped up with the ball. Hubbard's got him. Trent Grace over the top, so that's a good defensive effort from the Kincumber Colts. The Roos threw a bit at them, but they've done well, the Colts. It's Flack. Stopped in his tracks there. He'll play this 18 out from his own line, and there's a spilt ball. Now the Colts just making a few mistakes here. It's the big front rower, Anthony Barbaro. Not sure if the coach would be too happy with them high-fiving each other after he's made a mistake, but anyway, the Roos will be on the attack again. So they go down the short side. Bergen can't get away. He gets up again. Pretty much goes back to where he was tackled in the first place. Oh, he was over the top, and the referee says that's a penalty for a flop. So the Roos, full set here again as Garland. Paul Hilo, I should say. Here's Garland now. Paul Hilo, he stayed down on the ground there for a moment. He's all right now. Garland will play it. He'll come out this way to Fousen. Fousen linking up with Stephen, gets away from one, and I'm not sure if that was played up by Terrari. Hit him smack bang in the head. He's shaking his head. He's copped it just above the cheekbone. Still shaking the effects off from that. Doesn't matter anyway. Referee Greentree has called a penalty again. And the Roos again will have a full set of 6. Here's the replay. You might catch this ricochet. Falcon, bang, straight in the nose. Worrell brought down on the 10. Back with live action. Garland again does a dummy, bounces out of one, pops the pass, and we've got a try to Fuller. Jake Fuller gets the Wyong Roos second try of the afternoon. And it'll be 10-0 of the kick to come. So the Wyong Roos, they had to get something out of that. They had plenty of ball down inside the Colts 20, and Garland there. Now scores a try and now sets one up. Jake Fuller. So still just over about 15 minutes remaining in this first half, and all the momentum this last 10 or so has been with the Wyong Roos. The Colts, they started off well, but it's the Wyong Roos doing a good job. Jeremy Tunks. Again, a pretty easy attempt, you would think. Just to the right of the uprights. He strikes it nicely. The touchies like it, so it's 12 points to 0. The Wyong Roos lead the Kincumber Colts, and the referee's just called time off here for something. Tunks walks away just to the left there. The referee's just having a few words here to the halfback, Ben Murray. He's also called out the second rower, Orisi Revenue. I'm Not quite sure what's going on there. Still camped down on the 20-metre zone, the referee just chatting to two of the Colts, but looks like everything's sorted out now, and we'll get proceedings back underway. Wyong Roos, they've had a good run so far in open grade. They only lost the one game this season. It was against the Colts as they go for the short kick-off. It's not a bad one. It's gone into touch, and the Colts will get the scrum and the feed here. Great thinking there from Braden Kane. So 12 minutes remaining in this first half of the Central Coast Rugby League Open grade. Roos lead 12-0, but the Colts can strike right back here. Golden opportunity. Goes to Kane, and he throws it out to Flack. Flack tries to get around his opposite number, but does well. Kane Ralph got the number 1 on the back, but he's playing in the centre, so it's Terrare. Looks like he's recovered from that head knock from the football. He'll play this 25 out. Going centre field here. Conduit wrestling in the tackle and brought down centre field. Still about 25 out from the try line. Garrett to the left-hand side again. Murray, cut out ball here. There's an opportunity. Cummins tries to get away, but he can't. Inside the 20. The Colts, Revenue, had to stop for that. Last tackle for Kincumber. They're stacked out here to the right. Terrare was calling for the kick, but they're going on the short side. Murray puts it on the toe. The ball's come loose. Cummins is appealing for a try, but the referee's not going to have a bar of it. Looks like we're going to come back out here for a scrum. So, opportunity missed there for the Kincumber Colts, and Joseph Marshall will, here it is on the replay. See here, it looks like Bergen's just grounded before Murray could get a hand on it. Anyway, back underway. Lachlan Garland will play it. He scored the first try this afternoon. And this bloke, he scored the second try, Jake Fuller. So out a dummy half quickly, and Barbaro has got the runner. Big front row. I think Barbaro does well in defence there. So just over the 30, the Wyong Roos. Coming out the left-hand side. Just the kick away, it's not a bad one. Inside the 40. Hubbard's got a lot of work to do, but he does well. Hands around, he's brought down by Ralph. Good tackle down low. So Luke Heather, he'll play it. Go out to the left-hand side. Murray again, finds Revenue. He spelt the ball. It's almost picked up there by Marcillo, but it's called a double knock on by the looks of it by the referee, and so we'll have a scrum on the 30. It's quite warm out here, and the Colts have had to do a lot of defence. Don't want to go down 3 tries here before the break. There we go again. Michael Smith on the field. He'll play this. 32 out from the line as Falzon goes for a run from dummy half. He's brought down 25 out from the try line centre field. Michael Smith goes into the dummy half. Finds Fuller. Fuller centre field. They've got numbers both sides. They go to the right side with Joseph Marshall. A lovely ball here. And they're in for another try here, the Wyong Roos. This time, Cairo Hallett runs on to a lovely ball from Joseph Marshall. And the Wyong Roos goes 16 ahead. See the boys down there in the green and gold celebrating, all their support crew. They're up the other end of the ground. Cairo Hallett. Would you believe it? That's Cairo Hallett's first try of the season. So he gets off the nudie run. What a way to do it in the grand final. 7 games this year in open grade for the Wyong Roos. It looks like Jeremy Tunks is off the field, so Michael Smith is going to have this shot at goal by the looks of it. So you can see there, a far shot. He's about 10 in from touch. So Michael Smith looking to put the Roos 18 ahead. Strikes it low. He's not even going to have the legs. In fact, it goes underneath the crossbar and remains 16 points to 0. So could be Michael Smith's afternoon with the kicking duties. I'm sure they'll be calling on Jeremy Tunks to get back out there. But at the moment, 16 ahead. It's all the Wyong Roos here in the open grade grand final. Braden Kane gets us back underway. You can see from that kickoff, the wind is quite strong here from the southern end. There's another good carry here. Jake Fuller. Roos again. Some very strong carries as Trent Sunderland. He's on the field. He'll play this just short of the 40. Bit of a high shot there from Cook. He apologises as they go through the hands again. Roos still on the attack through Jack Marshall. Marshall will play this pretty much right on halfway. Go down the short side again, Stephen. Lovely cutout ball here to Bergen. Bergen's got a bit of space. The fullback, Hubbard's coming across, and Bergen is collared there by Hubbard. Now, the other red jerseys are there to help out, so he'll play this on the 10. Goes to Joseph Marshall now. He steps back in field and gets away from one, but he's brought down. Last tackle now for the Roos. He's set deep to the left-hand side. They come this way. Smith has to reach for it. Puts it on the toe here. Ralph's underneath it. So is Terrare, and Terrare has a good grab, but somehow Ralph's ended up with it. And the referee's called penalty offside. So, fortunate there for the Colts. It was a good grab from Terrare. There's also a good attempt too from Kane Ralph, but here it is. See that? It's done well and just popped out. Oh. But doesn't matter. He was inside the 10. So Terrare, Bruce Terrare, he's been in the walls a bit today. He's copped a knock taking that kick. Copped a ball on the head earlier. So the Colts survive that raid. Just be hopeful for a full set of 6 here. Even better if they can pick up a try before half time. We're inside the final 5. And Grace has thrown away the headgear. Got 2 balls on the field, so we'll start again. Here we go, take 2. The 16's on. Aaron Sykes, the captain. Here's Cook. Picked out Smith, but Sunderland was there quickly, and 2 other green and gold jerseys. So they're inside the Roos territory here. Flack goes out to Revenue. Runner over Rennett then and stopped, and play on and brought down just inside the 40. Go down the short side again. Here's the front rower. Uppsala brought down on the 30. 17, Tom Lovett. Last tackle for the Colts. Go down that short corridor again. Murray puts it on the toe. It's a nice little kick, and well, Stephen got the bounce, but he's fumbled it, and there's 6 to go here for the Colts, and there's another opportunity. Well, Josh Cummings just could not get the arm free. Hubbard waits for it at dummy half. He goes for a little scamper himself from dummy half, and he's still short. Inches from the try line, the Colts. Can they get a try before half-time? Murray throws it out here to Kane. Nice ball here, stepping inside. Sykes back on the 10, the Colts. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Doesn't come. They come down the short corridor through Cook. Cook puts it on the toe. That's an interesting play. He goes dead in the end goal. He was kicking for Terrare, who cut back inside. And he comes out to the 20. It's always good to see a big fella kicking the ball. But, captain coach Aaron Sykes may not be too happy with that. But one good thing is they put the Roos under a bit of pressure there. So a little run around Marshall and Marcelo there. Wyong Roos, they'll go into the sheds at half-time. Strong lead, as I say that. The Kincumber Colts pinch the ball. Cummings has got it. Now they get a penalty. Inside the final 2 minutes before half-time, and we're down 16-0, and the Roos know that there's not much time on the clock, and they'll slow things down even more. Now they've just thrown the ball away, and Hubbard's had to go and pick it up. Bit cheeky there. So Murray finds touch on that far side. Puts it in the car park over the back. Ball boys have got a hard job to do here at Wyong. As Revenue takes it onto the 10. Cummings at dummy half. Inside ball here. Nipsala bounces out of one tackle. The ball's come loose, but the referee says penalty. It could be a shoulder charge. No, he's called it straight. Hubbard goes for the quick tap. Hubbard's still going, and well, the referee's going to hold things up here. So there's 24 seconds on the clock before half-time. Just to let you viewers at home know, the clock on your screen, it's just a guide. It's not the official time here in the ground. And, well, the Colts, they're, you could somewhat say, conceded. They're going to take a shot at goal here before the break. They're happy to go in the sheds. Hopefully they'll be 14 points down. If you're a Kincumber Colts supporter, that is. If you're a Roos, you're hoping that they miss the kick. Well, it looks like they changed their mind. They're going to go for a tap now. No. Bit of confusion out there in the centre. Some of the players wanted to take the tap. And eventually, Braden Kane picks up the ball, and he'll have a shot at goal. So this will be the last play of this first half of the Open Grade Grand Final, the Central Coast Rugby League. Plenty of Wyong Roos supporters behind the goal here, the southern end of Wyong Oval. As Kane comes in, strikes it nicely, the touchies like it. So they're on the board, and at half-time here in the Open Grade Central Coast Rugby League Grand Final, it's the Wyong Roos leading the Kincumber Colts 16 points to 2. We'll take a break here on Bar TV Sports and come back with the second half shortly. Welcome back here to Wyong Oval. Second half of open grade. So Wyong Roos in command. 16 points to 2. The Colts got a penalty goal just before half time, or right on the stroke of half time. And you got the feeling if they just get some good possession down in the Roos area, they're back in this. Roos dominant display. And the tries have come from all the bench players. Lachlan Garland, he scored with his first touch. Then he set Jake Fuller up for the second try. And then Cairo Hallett, he scored out wide. That's the 3 try scorers for the Roos. And referee Jack Greentree back out there in the centre. I said these two teams have met twice this year and it's one apiece. It's the only defeat the Roos had in open grade this year. They've been the most consistent side, obviously with only the one defeat. And we're underway with the second half as Kane drives this down deep and Bergen takes it on the full and will just run straight into that wall of red jerseys. First up, carry getting over the 20. So where's the goal for that first tackle? Is got a player on there as I've just got the wrong team sheet. I'll flick back over and we're back. We're right. It's Field, the captain it was, as Garland Takes the third hit up of this set of 6. Just short of the 40. Worrell. Solid contact there from Barbaro. Lined him up. We'll go back here. Smith, he had to reach for it. It's been charged down here by Murray. Stephen's back there. Stephen does well, but a great effort there from Ben Murray. And the Roos gets 6 again. Stephen pinches another metre or 2. Worrell runs straight into Nipsala. Murray in there to help out. Garland shaping the pass. Tackle down low from Josh Cummings. The Roos inside here, the Colts territory. Has a good offload there from Field. Even better pick up there from Jack Ryan. And Ryan's brought down. 25 out for the Colts try line. Just right at centre field as Field. Oh, the ball's come loose. It was a good hit from Conjute. And the Colts get away with that. Simultaneously hitting and breaking the ball at the same time. Jake Conjute. The Colts, they'll go again here. What have they got? Spinning out of the tackles, Trent Grace. I'm not sure where his headgear's disappeared to, but he started the game with white headgear, and anyway, it's disappeared. Terrare. Bruce Terrare was busy in the first half for the Colts. They end up in the highlights reel later on with that Falcon as that kick is going close. In fact, it's over the line. So more pressure for the Kincumber Colts here. Roos will go on the attack, 40 out. Coming up after this, we've got the reserve grade grand final between the Entrance and the Kincumber Colts, followed by the big one, first grade, the Entrance taking on the Wyong Roos. Lachlan Garland, he's met there by Barbaro, also Nipsala. The ball's come loose. Laurel with a bit of a loose carry there, and now the ball's just been thrown anywhere. Blake Cummins is there to clean it up. They'll play the ball 21 out from their own line. Harisi Revenue. Straight into Morcillo. Morcillo wraps him up. So it's Marshall in there helping out with the tackle. In fact, it was Field. Conjute. We've got to play out for the Colts is down. That contact. We'll stick with the play. Oh, big hit. And they get a penalty. Barbaro was picked up and dumped here on the Waiwoi Oval. The referee says lifting in the tackle. It's not on. And the Colts will get a piggyback out of their own territory. Here's the replay. Nice shots. Jack Ryan. Anyway, unfortunately, it's not allowed these days. Revenue. Good first up carry. 35 out from the Roos try line. Cummings in at dummy half. Goes to Murray. Conjute. Centre field, they go out to the right-hand side. Kane. Out the back it goes to Hubbard. Hubbard's brought down just inside the 30. Sala. Short ball there to Barbaro, his front row partner. Barbaro straight up the middle. And a great tackle for Stevens. And then the ball's come loose and the Roos end up with it. Somehow the Roos pick up the football there. Pearson. Here they go again now. Roos bringing this out of their own territory with Ben Morcillo. He's been busy for the Roos. Gross goes for a little run from dummy half. Stephen in at dummy half. Tunks is back on the field. Blake Cummins has come out of that tackle a bit ginger. I'm sure he was down a couple of moments before, and this is a tester for Hubbard. That ball is swirling around in the wind. It goes behind him. Deep in goals here at Wyong. Hubbard's got a bit of work to do to get out. The defence is there, and they're going to push him back into the end goal. Great defence from the Wyong Roos. Michael Smith was involved. There's also Bryce Bergen and the other winger. Luke Heather's not happy about something for the Colts, and they all come together again. Here it is. What a bad boot from Stephen. The wind is swirling around here at Wyong. It's going to be hard for the fullbacks. You might see plenty of that in the later grades. Thought for a moment Hubbard was going to get out, but the defence just came, and Michael Smith over the top. That man again, Marcelo in there as well, and Falzon, and great work. I'm not sure there. Luke Heather just tripped over. Anyway, the Colts are going to get a penalty out of this somehow. Braden Kane.
It's almost identical to down here at the first half. We've got Blake going in and put no real lead. We need to make sure we don't get first. Nice lead. Play football. Thank you.
So the referee just having a few words to both captains, Gary Field and Ben Murray. So Aaron Sykes, the captain coach for the Colts, he's off the field at the moment. So Ben Murray takes over the captain duties. Sykes is off, and well, it's a line dropout. That's not a bad kick. It's a beauty. Probably the kick of the afternoon. Just catching the Roos napping. The Colts will get the ball back from the scrum, you would assume. You haven't seen a win against the feed since 1986. So a good little comeback there from the Colts, but there's still no tries yet on their score sheet. 16-2, the score remains. Still plenty of time left. Tom Lovett. In fact, it's Jake Monk. Run from dummy half goes Cummings. Bumps away from one. It's a good run from the hooker. There's Cummings will play this 33 out from his own line. Barbaro gets away from one. This time he hangs on to the football. Slow to his feet, Anthony Barbaro. They come down the short side. Cook playing first receiver. Looking up with Murray. Slow play the ball. Murray appealing. Cummins in a dummy half. Cook again with another carry. Attracted 5 defenders there. Last tackle now for the Colts. Slow play the ball. They come down the short side again. Murray does the dummy. He's got with the ball. Revenue puts it on the toe. Stevens there to pick it up. The Roos survive. Good defence, good pressure. But now there's a couple of bodies down. Again, Blake Cummins is down. He's been injured a few times this second half. Clutching in his arm. The referee has called time off just to check on Blake Cummins. He's back on his feet again. Looks like the trainer's going to assist him from the field. So just waiting for Cummins to leave the field, and we'll be back underway. So Stevens will play it, get things back underway. Nathan Doney off his wing. Brought to ground just short of that 30 zone. heavily there by Monk and Conduit. Gross out of dummy half. Thought the markers weren't square, and he picks up another couple. Gross still going, bumps away from Conduit, and also can't get away from Revenue. Great run from Sam Gross, the dummy half for the Roos. Now he gets his side of the penalty. It's been a bit stop-start this second half. It's 16-2. Still haven't had 10 minutes played in this second period. Interesting to see here if they go for the jugular, go for another try, or do they settle things down, go for the two, they'll take the tap. Jack Marshall. Marshall still going, gets away from Hubbard, but he's brought down from behind. 5 metres out from the line. They go to the left-hand side. Fowson did well to catch that. No, he's put it down. It's a terrible pass from dummy half. Had the Colts under the pump. The Colts survive again. They're hanging on. Here it is. Oh. He did so well. Fowson. Bradley Fowson there. And unfortunately, just popped out. Terrare from the scrum. Centre field, 10 out from his own line. Colts just can't get out of this zone. Cook runs it straight at Jack Ryan. So Field. You hear that wind picking up here in the FX mics here at Woy Oval. Down the short side they go again, and great shot from Bryce Bergen. Probably the shot of the afternoon. A winger makes the big hit. Cummins out of dummy half, and Field wraps him up. Schultz is out there in jersey 14. He was the one that copped the hit. They kick it downfield. Jesse Stephen underneath it. Throws the long ball out here to Doney. He's got a bit of space, Doney. Terrare's there. He gets away from Terrare. Doney's still going, dancing around, finds support in Tunks. Tunks is still wrestling. Eventually he's going to be brought down on halfway. Here come the Roos. Good run from Marshall, and then bounced down to the tackle from Cook and on the ground, and Marshall could be in a bit of trouble here. Front row and front rower. Something's got to give. Seven tries this year for Jack Marshall from 9 games. He's not a bad strike rate. He's also kicked a couple of goals. See there on the screen there, just a wrist. If you're watching the stream and wonder where we're at Woy Oval here on the Central Coast. Plenty of sunshine on the ground, as you can see, but it's blowing a gale up here in the grandstand, and I feel like I'm in a wind tunnel. You hear that through the effects mics. We're back underway. Worrell with the first carry. Flack brings him down with the help of Revenue. They come this short side through Marshall. Marshall looks for a runner. He finds one in Pearson. Pearson's gone through a massive gap. Pearson is looking for the line. Brought down. Good stuff there from Hubbard. Also Flack was in there. Here it is on the replay. Hubbard, I thought he was in all sorts to bring him down, but he did extraordinarily well. Now it looked like a game of rugby union. Stephen takes it over the touchline, so we'll have a scrum on the 10. So the Colts, they got to go 90 plus metres to get a try. It's just under 25 minutes remaining. Grace will play it. They go down the short side. Conduit brought down on the 30. Revenue. He's tried hard this afternoon for the Colts. Cummings out dummy half. They go to Kane. He puts this on the toe. It's not a bad kick, but again it holds up for Jesse Stephen. He finds Doney, centre field. Doney looking for a bit of space, but the defence is there for the Colts. Doney will play this on the 30. So they're at a dummy half, and Bergen's now hit. Maybe a bit of payback from earlier. Cook manhandles him. Eventually Bergen plays it. Come down the short side again. Pearson. Not going to get too far. He's brought down. Go through a couple of hands and field. Take a settler. Flax there to greet him. And they're inside the Colts territory just. Grace at dummy half. Goes to Marshall. Inside ball here. Ryan had a bit of space, but the door closed quickly. Good tackle from Cummings down low. Now the referee's called knock on. So a few mistakes creeping in this game in this second half. Neither side can gain a bit of momentum. You can see here on the replay. Just trying to pinch a couple more metres here. And there you see the ball's come loose, and always the way the ball comes loose and then Colts play a hand, just suddenly appears. Anyway, they got away with one there, the Colts. Murray does the dummy, decides to straighten up. The door closes, Gross has got him. Terrare. Gets the Colts inside the Wyong Roos half. Maybe for the first time this second half. Seems an age since they've been in this part of the field. Grace will play it just short of the 40. It's a good run here. Sykes. In fact, that was Flack. Go down the short side again. Cummings decides to hang on to the football. Bumps away from one. Tries to bump away from another here. Grace went for the one-on-one steal, but the referee says penalty. 2 on the tackle. Just over 20 minutes remaining. The margin's still 14. The Colts need to come away with something, you would think. Here's Flack. We've got a full start. So we'll try again. This time, there's almost no runner. Grace throws a nice ball out here. Jake Monk will play it. 12 out from the try line. Flack. Jared Flack, centre field, 10 out from the line. They're set deep to the left-hand side. They come this way through Kane. Lovely ball here to Cook. He did well. Does the dummy. Does well, pops the pass, but it's just gone to ground. And that man again, Bryce Bergen, he's popped up a few times in that situation and come up with the football. So the Roos survive, and again the Colts becoming their own worst enemy. Jake Fuller, one of the try scorers, will play the ball. The dummy half quickly goes Marcillo. He's straight up the middle. Marcillo, he just needs support. He's got Stevenson with him, but Marcillo's trying to get around Hubbard, but he can't. Great tackle from Hubbard. Great run also from Marcillo. Stevens almost fumbled it. Now he does fumble it. He was thinking about what he was going to do. And, well, a let off there for the Colts. Roos were doing great. And the scrum will pack. 35 out from the Colts line. It is on the replay. He's tried to put some spin on it and bowled himself out. So the Colts through Murray. He's wrapped up by Hallett. Hubbard in at dummy half. Cook again. He's played some big minutes, the front rower. Another good carry. Come down this short corridor again. Flax with it. Bergen's got him. Pops the ball away. It's still going. Play on here for the Colts. Nick Schultz is manhandled to the ground, and another penalty here for the Colts. Hubbard wanted to go for the quick start, but the referee says no. Still not sure about Jake Hubbard's hairstyle. Maybe he thought Mad Monday was last week. So back underway. They'll be Cook again. Roos are there in defence again. Cook put on his back, so they'll just slow things down. Love it. Inside ball here. Another good tackle. Good read in defence again for the Roos. Here's Murray linking up with Kane. Kane inside ball here to Hubbard, but good tackle from Gross. They're doing well, the Roos. Numbering up extremely well. They're stacked to this left-hand side. Love it again with the ball. Love it just inside the 10. Again, they got numbers down this short side. They come this way out of dummy half. Cummings very quickly. Pops the ball out the back. Murray, hot potato stuff here. Lovett's got it now. Let's play on. 2 metres from the try line. Last tackle. Schultz in at dummy half. To Kane. Long ball out here. Coming back in field's Monk. Linking up with Kane again. There's an opportunity. The pin ball over the sideline. Well, it's probably the wrong option there. It's easy to sit here in the grandstand and say what could have been done, but Terrare was unmarked there. There's the replay. Monk cut back in field and Kane was there. Just put it on the toe, and it was well done by Tunks in the end. Get a toe to it. We've got another hold up here. Looks like the hooker for the Kincumber Colts is on the ground. Josh Cummings. The trainers are working overtime in open grade. And 16 points to 2. No points scored in this second half. Just 3 tries for the Roos. Come from Jake Fuller, Cairo Hallett and Lachlan Garland. Just the 2 goals from Jeremy Tunks. There's the Roos on 16, and the Colts' lone points come from Braden Kane. Penalty goal right on halfway, so looks like we're almost ready to go again. As Conduit comes back on the field. Roos in the scrum. Field here with a good run, and Conduit's in some trouble here. So the player's just going to his aid. Just got his head probably in the wrong position there. So we're going to have another hold up here. Just over 15 minutes remaining. He's just come on the field, Conduit. Here it is on the replay. Oh, it was a head clash. That's just unfortunate. So we're going to have a little bit of a hold up here, as I said, with the injured player, Jake Conduit. So hopefully everything's in order. The trainer's just taking precautions at this stage. Good season in open grade, the Colts. They said 1 through last week in the prelim final, and they've been the only side to defeat the Wyong Roos this year. Go way back early on in the season, round 8. They defeated the Roos 30-14, and they met again a little bit later on, round 17. The Roos got the cash on that day, 26 points to 4. And they had a bit of a bumpy ride to get into the grand final, the qualifying final. They lost to St Edwards, an unusual scoreline, 8 points to 1. And then following week, they won 8 points to 6 over Erina. And then they got their revenge over the Bears, 18-10 in the prelim final. And that's how they got their way to the grand final. It was the Wyong Roos. They've been the benchmark all year in open grade. Only losing the one game, as I said, that was against Kincumber back in round 8. They won their major semi-final, 12-6 over the Bears, and had another week off. The way they're playing, you wouldn't think they've had any weeks off at all. They've still strong in defence. So it does look like we get an ambulance called here to Wyong Oval, so things will be held up for a bit. So just repeating, if you tuned in earlier, the Ladies League Tag Grand Final. It was won by the Wyong Roos, 10 points to 4. So the Wyong Roos have already got one in the bag. Looking for number 2 here. They're well on their way, and the good news is that Jake Conjute, he's sitting up right now, so fingers crossed he can get back to his feet, which he does. A generous applause from the crowd here at Wyong Oval. Jake Conjute's afternoon may be over. Yes, as I said, Wyong, they've had an impressive season in open grade. Massive points differential of 296, 13 wins, 14 wins if you include major semi-final victory. So Arussi Revenue, beg your pardon, he'll come onto the field. So we're about to get things back underway. Just over 15 minutes remaining. That's the Wyong Roos in front, 16-2. Garland. Good carry, pops the ball, well done. Play on for the Roos. And Gross is wrapped up by Terrare. Quick play the ball, they go to the left-hand side, Fuller. Jake Fuller bounces away from one, can't get away from Kane. Terrare's now on his knees in back play. So the Colts are down to 12 again in defence. It's Tunks. Makes a good carry. Again, it takes 3 Colts to bring him down. Just short of halfway. Terrare's back in the line. It doesn't look too good at the moment as Hallett. He's brought down just short of the 40. Last tackle for Wyong. Little bobble there as he went to play it, and the referee's picked it up. So the scramble pack on the 40. Just a little ball there from Cairo Hallett. I'm sure all will be forgiven if the Wyong Roos win this open grade premiership. So we're back underway. They come down the short side. Revenue. Straight into Marshall and Mosillo. Schultz in at dummy half. It's the 17, Tom Lovett. What can the Colts come up with? Can they get their first try? Here's a good run. Another Another slow player to his feet is Jake Sparsis. Sparsis, I beg your pardon. He had problems with his knee early in the first half. Pretty similar thing happened. He made one carry and went down, and it's like he's come back again and he's gone again. Yeah, Jake Sparsis is in a lot of trouble. Schultz is at dummy half. The Colts are still on the attack. They come the short side. Murray again kicks in field. Kane's chasing after it. There's a collision. Two Roos just knock each other flying. 6 to go for the Colts. Hubbard waits for it at dummy half. Tries to pinch a couple of metres, but the markers were up to the challenge. Schultz comes down the short side again. Cooks with it. Puts it on the toe. It's only the second tackle. And I don't know really what they were thinking there, the Colts. Still 15 to go. The pressure of grand finals there. Here he does in the replay. So the Wyong Roos now will have the ball back. Just see. Ball going forward. So here you go, the Roos again. Tunks with a good strong run. And now we've got another one, another mistake. So another scrum. Must be getting close to the record of scrums in the second half of a grand final. There's been plenty of stoppages. So we're back underway. The Colts still in it. Hubbard. Oh, it's met strongly there by Marshall, but he bounced away. He can't get away from Hallett. Schultz out of dummy half. Revenue with it. Straight at Gross. Got him. Garland over the top. Hallett also involved. Here's Cook again. Gross again up to the challenge and brings him down with the help of his other forward players. Can the Colts come up with something here? Grace can't get away. The tackle there from Ralph. Here's Barbaro. Barbaro will play this 5 out from the line. Schultz at dummy half, linking up with Kane. Kane will go himself here. The defence is there, but Kane's over. Braden Kane gets the Colts back in it. 16-6 with a kick to come right underneath the sticks. Is that the spark the Colts need? They're low on troops, but they're still fighting. Braden Kane seizes the moment. They've been pushing for so long, the Colts, and finally they're rewarded with their first try of the afternoon. So Kane adds the extras. So it's now 16 points to 8. Still just over 10 minutes remaining. Just to let the viewers know at home, that clock on your screen is just a guide. The Roos will take their time with this restart. The Colts, they're ready. They're ready to go. No shot clocks in the Central Coast Rugby League. So, we're into the final 10 here of the Open Grade Premiership, the Central Coast Rugby League. The margin is 8. It's a shallow restart. It bounces in no man's land, but it's a nice bounce for Hubbard. And the Colts now will have to bring this out of their own 20. And he spilt the ball, playing it. So you see it so often in local footy. The team that scores the points, they make a mistake after the kickoff, and all that hard work's just been brought undone. So the Roos now with a full set of 6 inside the Colts 20. Just a man short in the scrum. So now here we go. Bergen looking for a grand final try. Leading try scorer this year. He's got 17. Ralph in at dummy half. He's the halfback Fousen. He's almost through there. He was collared. Brought down on the 10. They come out to the right-hand side. Marshall looking for runners. 5 out from the try line. The Roos supporters behind the in goal. Screaming out to their side. Still centre field, 5 out. Fousen in a dummy half. Goes to Smith, looking for a runner. He does a dummy. He could go himself here. Passes out the back. Lovely flick pass. And Kane Ralph will score. Probably the match winner. And they'll celebrate over that far side. 20 points to 8 with the kick to come. The margin 12. What about the flick pass? We'll get that up on the replay shortly. But at the moment, the Roos are celebrating. So the Colts, they did well to grind themselves back into the contest, and the Roos have made them pay after that mistake from the kickoff. Here it is on the replay. Smith thought he was in. Show and go. And a lovely pass here, and even better one coming up here. And that's Jeremy Tunks. He finds Kane Ralph. What a pass from Tunks. And now he'll have the kicking duties. Jeremy Tunks, already 2 from 2 today. So the wind is pretty much, it's blowing across in front of him. So have to aim for that ear upright and hope that the wind will drag it across. Can't really tell from those trees in the background, but we'll see what Tunks can do here. He strikes it nicely. It's just gone across the uprights. So it remains 20 points to 8 in the final 10 here. The Open Grade Grand Final of the Central Coast Rugby League, and 2 converted tries down the Colts. Where there's life, there's hope. Kane with the restart, a short restart, but it's done well. Doney's there, Nathan Doney. Important play there for the Roos. Here's the B20, Trent Sunderland. Bumping away from 1 and 2, and he's still going. What a good carry. Still going, Trent Sunderland. Inside the 40, and the Roos are on the attack again. Field, the captain, he's had a strong game, and now he's pitching more metres as well. So 3 tackles gone for the Roos. And they're 25 out from the line. Fousen now to dummy half, finds Ryan. He's taken high there from Barbaro. The referee's going to call a penalty, and you would think they'd have a shot at goal once they break up here. They're probably just trying to work out where they're going to after the game. Are they going to the Kincumber RSL or back to the Wyong Leagues Club? So at the moment, the referee's just breaking them up. He's had a good game today, the referee, Jake Greentree. No doubt in that, right around the ears from Anthony Barbaro. So the touch is in. Both touches in fact. He's just trying to clear them out of the way. So we've just got over 5 minutes remaining in the grand final. Field is out there just having a few words to the referee, and also Joseph Marshall, the 5'8", he's out there. So unfortunately we just couldn't quite pick up what the referee is saying there. It's try again.
Play, yeah. Play, okay?
Maybe if you can lip read.
Penalty
Unfortunately,
kick.
you just can't quite pick up what the referee had to say there. But anyway, you've got the penalty of the Roos, and they'll have a shot at goal, you would think. So it looks like it'll be Bradley Fowson who will have the shot at goal. Jeremy Tunks is off the field at the moment. Michael Smith did have a shot in the first half, but didn't quite have the distance. So Bradley Fowson is going to have the shot at goal here, which could seal the grand final in open grade for the Roos. Fowson, it's a wobbly old kick, but it gets over. It's probably the worst successful 2 points I've ever seen in rugby league. I guess it doesn't matter how they go over as long as they go over, but Bradley Fowson, he's smiling. 22 points to 8 now, the Wyong Roos. With 5 to go, you would think have the grand final in the bag. Back underway. Deep restart from Kane. It's out in the full. So things just now not going the Colts' way. They've toiled so hard today to stick with the Roos, but the Roos will enjoy this last 5 minutes of this grand final. Back underway. Lachlan Garland. Still wrestling. Fowson at dummy half. Sunderland bumps away from one again and then puts another one on the ground before Sunderland finds the turf himself. Smith looking for a runner, does a dummy and runs straight into Barbaro. Fowson at dummy half again. Marshall put this on the boot, down in the corner. Will it hold up? The runners are coming through. It's a good kick, but just a bit too deep, and Bergen almost got a hand to it. So he'll come back out to the 20 for the restart. Revenue. Play on the 30. Up to the 40. Good run from Cook. Down the short side they go. Flack. He's met by Bergen. Worrell helping out. Now the ball's just gone anywhere. Gets a nice bounce. Hubbard, he's got a bit of space. The fullback's in front of him. Hubbard gets around Stevens, then Stevens comes again. And Hubbard's brought to the ground on the 20. Can the Colts get one to finish off? Here they go, through the hands. Murray's with it. He's looking for runners. He puts it on the toe. They're coming through everywhere, but Doney gets a horrible bounce. It's kicked through. Still play on, but Doney's got it again. I think we'll go to the sticks for a line drop out. In fact, we do. Head into the final minutes here. Take their time with this restart. We're in the final minute now. It's a good effort here for the Wyong Roos. This will be their first premiership in a while. The last in a grand final back in 2015. They were hammered by a rimmer. Oh, it's a dodgy bounce there for Murray. Cook will have the carry. Cook's going dangerously close to the sideline. In fact, he's over. And Wyong Roos, they can start celebrating. I'm not sure this scrum will even pack. Their First premiership in open grade since 2014. Remarkably, they defeated the Colts on that day, 26-12, and they're going to defeat the Colts again in 2019, 22-8.